Every morning before sunrise, Arjun walked through the same crowded street in Jaipur. The city slowly came alive around him. Tea sellers poured hot chai into small clay cups. Temple bells echoed softly through the cool morning air. Street dogs stretched lazily beside tiny roadside shops, and every single morning, Arjun stopped for a few seconds in front of the same building. A huge luxury hotel stood in the center of the city like another world. Expensive cars arrived one after another. Rich businessmen walked confidently through the glass doors. Foreign tourists laughed beside shining fountains. Arjun quietly looked at them from across the road. Then, like always, he lowered his eyes and kept walking. Because deep inside, he believed something painful. That world was not meant for people like him. Arjun came from a very small family. His father drove a noisy old tuk-tuk for almost 14 hours every day. His mother stitched clothes at home until late at night to help pay bills. Their house was tiny. Sometimes electricity disappeared for hours. Sometimes they worried about money for food. But despite everything, his parents loved him deeply. Every evening, his mother lit a small diya before Lord Krishna and prayed softly, "Please give my son a life better than ours." Arjun heard those prayers every night, and every night, they made him feel both love and guilt. Because the truth was, he was afraid to dream big. Not because he lacked intelligence, not because he lacked talent, but because he had spent his entire life surrounded by limitation. People in his neighborhood always said things like, "People like us should be practical. Big dreams only bring disappointment. Be grateful for a small, stable job." Slowly, without realizing it, Arjun accepted those words as truth. He stopped imagining greatness for himself. Instead of asking, "What is possible?" he only asked, "What is safe?" So while others dreamed about building companies, changing industries, or traveling the world, Arjun only dreamed about survival. One evening, after a long day of college classes and part-time delivery work, Arjun returned home exhausted. As he entered the house, he froze. His mother was crying. Neighbors stood outside whispering nervously. His father had collapsed while driving. Heart problems, stress, exhaustion, years of overworking. At the hospital, Arjun sat silently beside his father's bed. Machines beeped softly in the darkness. For the first time in his life, he saw fear in his father's eyes. That night changed something inside him. While staring at the hospital ceiling, one thought kept repeating in his mind. What if this is all life will ever be? Work, struggle, bills, exhaustion, and then old age. Arjun suddenly felt trapped, not by poverty, but by small thinking. The next evening, unable to calm his mind, he wandered alone through the streets until he reached an old temple near the edge of the city. The temple was quiet. Only a few oil lamps flickered gently near the statue of Ganesha. Arjun sat on the cold stone steps and buried his face in his hands. Then softly, he whispered, "Why was I born into such a small life?" A calm voice answered behind him, "Who told you your life must remain small?" Arjun looked up. An elderly man dressed in simple white cotton clothes stood nearby. His eyes were peaceful, wise, deep. The man slowly sat beside him. "My name is Anand," he said gently. People in the area knew him well. Some said he had once owned several successful businesses. Others believed he had spent years studying spiritual teachings across India. But nobody knew the full truth. What people did know was that conversations with Anand often changed lives. For a few moments, neither of them spoke. Then Anand asked, "What troubles your heart, Beta?" Arjun hesitated before answering. I feel stuck. I work hard. My parents work hard. But no matter what we do, our life never changes. Anand nodded slowly. Then he asked something unexpected. When you look at rich and successful people, what do you feel? Arjun looked away. Honestly, I feel they belong to another world. Anand smiled gently. That is exactly where your suffering begins. Arjun frowned. The old man continued. Most people think poverty is only about money. But many people suffer from something far worse. Small thinking. The temple bells echoed softly in the distance. Anand pointed toward the city lights, glowing far away. Do you know why some people change their destiny? Because before their outer world changed, their inner vision changed first. Those words entered Arjun's heart deeply. For years he had blamed society, lack of money, bad luck, his background, but never once had he questioned the limits inside his own mind. Anand continued speaking. Do you know the story of Dhirubhai Ambani? Arjun nodded slightly. The businessman? Yes, Anand said. But before becoming one of the richest men in India, he worked at a petrol station. Arjun looked surprised. Anand smiled. He was not born powerful. He was not born into luxury. But while others focused only on surviving 1 month, he focused on building an empire. Then Anand leaned closer and said quietly, the size of your future depends on the size of your thinking. Arjun felt something awaken inside him. For the first time, he realized he had spent his entire life preparing for limitation. Even his prayers were small. He asked God only for survival, never for greatness. That night, Anand gave Arjun one final lesson before leaving. Thinking big is not arrogance. It is trusting that God did not create you only to live in fear. Those words changed everything. The next morning, Arjun woke before sunrise, not because someone forced him, but because something inside him had shifted. He began writing goals in a notebook. At first, they felt impossible. I will build a successful company. I will create wealth for my family. I will help other poor students. I will become financially free. His hands trembled while writing them. Part of him still felt, who am I to dream this big? But every morning, he kept writing anyway. Slowly, his daily habits changed too. He stopped wasting hours scrolling on his phone. He started reading books about business, leadership, and self-development. He learned English through free online videos. He studied successful Indian entrepreneurs. He meditated every morning before the Krishna altar. But the biggest transformation was invisible. His identity was changing. Before, he saw himself as a poor boy trying to survive. Now he slowly began seeing himself as a future creator. Weeks became months. Months became a year. The journey was not easy. Many people laughed at his ideas. Relatives told him, "You're dreaming too much." Friends mocked him for waking up early and reading business books. Even fear returned many nights. But whenever doubt entered his mind, he remembered Anand's words, "A small vision creates a small future." One afternoon, while delivering food orders on his old scooter, Arjun noticed something. Many small shops around the city struggled with deliveries. Most local businesses had no organized system. An idea suddenly appeared in his mind. At first, it seemed too ambitious. But this time, instead of rejecting the idea because of fear, he chose to believe in it. Using borrowed money and endless effort, Arjun created a tiny local delivery service. At the beginning, he had one scooter, 2 helpers, 1 old phone, and almost no customers. But unlike before, his thinking was no longer small. while others focused only on daily survival. Arjun focused on building systems, improving service, and expanding slowly. Years passed. The small delivery service became a real company. Then another branch opened, then another. Soon, businesses across multiple cities started using his platform. And one evening, many years after standing outside that luxury hotel as a poor student, Arjun returned there again. But this time was different. A business conference was being held inside. Employees opened the hotel doors respectfully as he entered. Luxury cars filled the entrance once more, but now he no longer looked at that world like an outsider, because he finally understood something important. The world had never rejected him. He had rejected himself first. Later that night, Arjun brought his parents to dinner inside the same hotel. His mother looked around in disbelief. His father sat quietly, emotional. Then his father asked softly, "Do you remember how you used to stop outside this hotel every morning?" Arjun smiled. "Yes. I used to think people inside belonged to another universe." His father placed a trembling hand on his shoulder. "No, beta. You simply had not discovered your own power yet." Tears filled Arjun's eyes. Not because of money, not because of success, but because he realized something deeper. A human life changes twice, first in the mind, then in reality. That night, before sleeping, Arjun stood quietly before the Krishna altar in his home. The small diya flickered softly in the darkness, and for the first time in his life, he did not pray from fear. He prayed with gratitude, because now he understood, God can only guide you toward the life you are willing to believe is possible. So if today you feel trapped, small, or limited by your circumstances, remember this: your destiny is not created by where you begin. It is created by the size of the vision you carry inside your mind. Think bigger, dream bigger, believe bigger, because sometimes the most powerful thing a human being can do is finally give themselves permission to imagine a greater life.